Hey everybody, Boomhauer69 here, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about why I'm fascinated with cars from the 1800s and simply the 1900s. Well, the reason why I like those cars from the olden days, the early days of automobiles, is because I'm always thinking about, well, since they didn't have this tool or that machine or this technology or that technology, I'm always thinking about, how did they do that? And so that's what I like about it is thinking about how them old boys back in the day, the old farm boys messing around out in their barn, like, how in the heck did they make that, and how did they do that? And that's what inspired me to maybe to someday in the near future to save up enough money to build my own design from scratch of an automobile and stuff. That's why I kind of that boat trailer frame I've been thinking about turn that into some sort of kind of vintage looking car. But yeah, I'm always looking at cars from the olden days, like from the 1900s and 1800s, the early days of automobiles, and I'm always thinking about how did they go about doing that and stuff. How did they, you know, take the hammer and bend that piece of metal to a certain shape and stuff and different things, and it just amazes me what they could do with just what primitive technology they had back in those days and stuff. And so yeah, that's why I like the cars of the 1800s and the 1900s, is simply trying to figure out how did they do that, how did they make this possible, how did they make a differential, how did they, make a gearbox, as they used to call it, and how did they make electric starters in them days and all that stuff. And I'm always, because back in those days, the old country boys, they didn't have nothing to go by. Like nowadays, I can go back and look at an encyclopedia book, the internet, Google, whatever, and learn about how they did things. Back then, the old boys, they had to figure that stuff out on their own. There wasn't no manual of how to do this or how to do that, how to make a gearbox, how to make a transmission, how to make a starter. And they didn't have none of that. They had to figure that all on their own.